news out of D.C. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she will begin an impeachment inquiry into President Trump. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brian Flores.
And I'm Jamie Tompkins. Speaker Pelosi has been pressured to do this before, but she didn't until now. Lauren Blanchard explains why a phone call between President Trump and the new president of Ukraine was Pelosi's tipping point.
The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing a formal impeachment inquiry after meeting with fellow Democrats this afternoon.
The actions taken to date by the president have seriously violated the Constitution, especially when the president says, Article 2 says I can do whatever I want.
Calls for impeachment have been growing in recent days following a government whistleblower complaint detailing a questionable phone call between President Trump and the Ukrainian president.
I think it's ridiculous. It's a witch hunt.
Democrats hoping to hear from the whistleblower potentially by the end of this week, as President Trump says he's authorized the complete unredacted transcript of his conversation to be released. Tweeting, "You will see it was a very friendly and totally appropriate call. No pressure and, unlike Joe Biden and his son, no quid pro quo."
Donald Trump will leave Congress, in my view, no choice but to initiate impeachment. That would be a tragedy, but a tragedy of his own making.
Well, that was Lauren Blanchard reporting. At the heart of today's announcement, there are new allegations that the president withheld aid to Ukraine. This as he pressed Ukrainian leaders to investigate Democratic rival Joe Biden and his son Hunter. 6 House committees are already investigating the president. Pelosi directed those committees to continue their work under the umbrella of the impeachment inquiry.
Now, we've been tracking this story as it unfolds, and Simone Del Rosario is here. And Simone, how significant is Speaker Pelosi's announcement today?
So this is only the 4th time in U.S. history that Congress has launched a formal impeachment inquiry. This is the Democratic Party diving into this process with support from Speaker of the House, who up until now has really ridden the fence on this. Now, the Ukraine phone call you talked about, it may have been what pushed Pelosi over the edge, but make no mistake, whatever comes out of that phone call transcript, which we should see by tomorrow, these impeachment investigations will be pushed forward in 6 House committees. This is a call to investigate the president in all facets, who Pelosi said today has violated the Constitution. While today's announcement is certainly significant, the House has been investigating for months. Here's my conversation with Washington Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal just last week. Jayapal serves on the House Judiciary Committee, which is in charge of drafting articles of impeachment. Take a listen.
There is no confusion from our chairman, from any of us on the committee. We are already in the midst of an impeachment investigation.
So yes, some may downplay what's happened here today. The committees that have been investigating are going to continue investigating, but the formal announcement does make history. It means it's under this entire umbrella. And we're also going to know this week a lot more about that phone call with Ukraine's president, and also hear some testimony that has previously been hidden. So this is a really big week for what comes forward with President Trump.
And obviously, the president is in the middle of a re-election campaign. So how does this impact 2020?
So there's actually some theories out there that perhaps this is what the president actually wants to hear. This is the Democrats' one recourse that they can take when it comes to disapproving any actions that he does have, and they're taking it. But it could really hurt the Democrats, especially in the short term. Look, being the impeachment party, it never is the popular opinion. Even though the Democrats largely favor this, it's not favored by independents. And in fact, President Trump already running on this. He released a video just minutes after Pelosi spoke today that said that the Democrats' sole focus is fighting Trump and that he is fighting for the American people. This is also going to spread out, of course, on the campaign trail. We're going to hear those vying for that Democratic nomination get asked time and time again what their position is on the impeachment inquiry, whether they think it should continue to go forward. So you could see a lot of Democrats who are trying to take on President Trump. Instead of being able to talk about what they want to do for the voter, for the American people, they'd be forced to be talking about what they want to do as far as this impeachment inquiry is concerned. And I know there's a lot of questions about where everybody stands here in our state. We know that our elected leaders in Congress have been in support of an impeachment inquiry, and we're going to be having some of those more reactions coming up.
All right, Simone.